Hello everyone and welcome back. So last time we learned a little bit about Jupyter Notebook. We learned that we get to it by opening up Anaconda Navigator, and then we click on that little Jupyter Notebook icon and it will pop open in your web browser. Now we learned how to open up a notebook, so hopefully by this point you've downloaded all the notebooks that were on the website. As a note, they all come with an HTML file directly beneath them. That HTML file usually has most of the answers filled in for you, along with some extra ways you could have done the problems. Now, not all of the examples are filled in, just quite a few of them. But use that to help you. That HTML file should also be mobile friendly, though it's not formatted for mobile. It probably won't change size. It's at least to the point where it won't go crazy on you. These will not open in a browser. I tried to figure out a way to do that, but there's just no good way to make it work. So you have to download, install Anaconda Navigator, open up Jupyter Notebook, and then open these apps up. So you save these somewhere. Desktop works. And now we're going to go through what's going to be named Lesson 1 when you download it, the Intro to Python. So let's click on it. As a note, if you want to save your work at any point, just click the Save button. So why Python? Well, Python is extremely versatile. You can do pretty much anything with it. For example, games are designed using Python. Web design is done with Python. So some websites are made completely using Python. Machine learning is done using Python. Like there's this great website. Well, great is relative, but it makes random pictures of cats. And it's done using Python. So there's not real cats. It learned how to make a cat, and it makes them. And it has varying success about that. Sometimes it's a perfect picture of a cat, and sometimes the cat has 6 legs, and it's a little bit creepy. But it's learning. It's learning. It also does people's faces, and you'll think, those are real people's faces. But if you keep on clicking long enough, you will see some very random faces. That being said, that was done using Python. Machine learning, Python. Data visualization, Python. Data science, Python. It's used for anything. And it's also one of the most popular programming languages in the world. It's also known for being very easy to read and to learn, which is why I chose it, because I want to make things easy on you and still help you in the long run. So let's go down. The first thing we're going to learn about is the print function. Now, why are we learning about this? Because you need a way to have Python print something out, to go from your code to output, which is usually where you would read it. In this place, since we're doing it in Jupyter, it's all together. Usually it's 2 separate places, which is why I did this. No one wants to have 3 windows open and have to go through all 3 of them. Okay, so how does it work? Well, you just simply type print. It's a function, so just like in Excel, we have a parentheses to open and a parentheses to close the function. We put something inside. So it's going to be very similar to using functions in Excel. So print, we type something in the middle. Now that something has to be in either double or single quotes. Just for this class, use double quotes. If you're wondering why double, it's an extra shift, just use double quotes. There's a reason for it. We'll run into it eventually. Okay, so now we're going to do the obligatory hello world. Now, if you look at this, it gave me an error. I hit run. Okay, hit run again. Error. Python's great in that. It's going to point at things and tell you you've got an issue. In this case, it says invalid syntax. Syntax is saying you wrote things wrong. Now, what did I tell you just a few seconds ago? Let's look up here again. Print something in quotes. This is not in quotes. Since it's not in quotes, Python can't print it because hello and world and exclamation point, those could be variables, which we haven't even learned about yet, but they're not in quotes. So for now, put it in quotes. Let's try running it again. I run it. Hello world. There we go. Okay. Managed to make it work. And also, if you want to be like a little stickler right here, I said hello, comma, world, and it was supposed to be capitalized. I'm not checking anything here, but other times I will check things. So make sure you're following the instructions. Okay, so that worked. We fixed the error. Okay, let's look at this right here. Print broken, print goodbye world. Oh my. Now, for one thing, I once again tell you to say hello world. So let's change this to hello world. Okay, right there. I scroll over it. Hello. Now, what's wrong with it? Now, in Excel, what always followed the function name? If we did average, what came after the E? A parentheses. The same thing here. For almost any function you call, you have to put stuff in parentheses. So I should have had an opening parentheses and a closed parentheses. And in this particular case, it actually told you how to fix it. It said, did you mean print parentheses, goodbye world in quotes, in parentheses? Those parentheses are important. Those quotes are important. If you're wondering, why did it give me the right answer? It didn't give me the right answer last time. It's because in Python 2, you didn't actually have to have the parentheses for print. And they were just like, you know what? We have it for every other function. Let's make print work like everything else. So when they went to Python 3, they fixed that. So I click run. Hello world. Fantastic. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is move my head out of the way. And it says we're going to practice and print our name to the terminal. Okay, so print parentheses and then something in quotes. My name is Dr. Forrest Kid. Period. Perfect. So with that, I'm going to hit run, this little box next to it, and it should say, my name is Dr. Forrest Kid. Fantastic, it works. And you can put your name in there and it would work for you. Okay, so this has just been the intro to Python. Print statements are going to be used all the time, so you really need to master those because they're extremely helpful. Why do you use them? You use them because you want the code to talk to you, and sometimes you're going to need to know what that number was. If you don't tell it to print it out, it will never give you the number. So be wise about that. Make sure you put a print statement in there. Okay, with that, we're going to end it here. And next time, we're going to learn about numbers and numeric variables. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.